Welcome to another video on my robot arm with pneumatic hand, robotic wrist, arm and counterweight with vertical gearbox to move the arm up and down, with motor to move the arm left and right, with compressor for the pneumatic hand and air compression chamber, and for the and for overall control, robo interface with extension. Everything wired, of course. And last time I gave an overview on how things were constructed with a bipolar switch. So everything keeps running, and just by movement on the of the arm pivot, the switch is being moved, and then by moving of the switch, the direction of the motor changes, and the same thing applies to the wrist. Here you can see the switch on in top, and this motor is then changed of direction by means of that switch. Everything else is controlled by micro switches, and as such read by software Python. What I want to do is to replace the Python written software by BASIC. The idea is that Python always runs on the computer, which then controls the interface, and then controls, for example, for the pneumatics, the switches, not the switches, the valves that control the pneumatic hand, and behind this one is yet another valve, so 5 in total, and everything is timing dependent. Now BASIC, which is an acronym for Basic All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code, is a very old computer language, but it has supposedly more and better possibilities to run this arm. But not only the arm, also it has to be loaded into the interface, so the computer won't be necessary then, and that is what it is about now. One thing though, before I start, I have to check the whole working of the arm, the wiring, if everything is functioning, and that is what I will start with. So I will now do some connecting with screencast and then see how things work out. And unfortunately that is on a non-full HD screen, so little less quality. And to test everything, I need to run the Diagnostics interface, and I meet with one problem. I am as yet unable to connect. It is powered up. the USB interface has been connected. So why doesn't it open up? Ah, now it suddenly does. That is very remarkable. Alright, this looks like it is working. Now for security's sake, test every input. Fingers. That's a good start. Really? Why is nothing working now? That is a good question. So apparently nothing is working. Alright, test to do a motor, and I will use extension motor 2. And that doesn't work either. Okay, so close interface, close diagnostics. And now, why doesn't this work? Ah, there it comes. With quite some delay. Open interface. Yes. Now, once again, pressing a switch. Alright, then slave, second motor. And once again, it doesn't work. So now the question is, what is going wrong here? It does work, and yet it doesn't. Okay, reconnect. So for now I close it, and I'll pull the USB cable out, pull it in, push it in, I mean. Once again, starting diagnostics. There it is. Open interface. Whichever there is. Nothing. Alright. I say OK. Maybe it is very slow because I'm recording this. Could be. See, now something works. And then 2 and 1, very good. Then I go to slave. And yes, that is the second one is the vertical gearbox. But I want to do the arm pivot. Which works for now, but I want it to, and that goes ouch. Alright, this does not go alright. Because I notice what is going on. And I'll show in the video later. There is a red flat piece that has to touch the bipolar switch, and it is completely shifted up. So now I have to make sure it is right where it should be. And not only that, it was out of the range of the switch anyway. And it still is. So I have to move my motor now back and forth to do anything. So I probably have to, no, I am quite sure that I have to redo something of the switch, although that is quite unusual because it isn't even moved easily. So how can that be? One option is to move it all around, and I'll show that on a video. So the problem is with this bipolar switch. Somehow, first of all, this red flat piece is supposed to turn it the other way, as is this one, and this part was completely shifted up. So I shift it down, but then again, as I'll show, it won't touch. Very slowly, and it's a very near miss. And I'll run the other way, and I will have to see if that is a miss or not. And so far it doesn't look like it will be a miss. No, it's not a miss. That is not a miss. So why is this not a miss and this is a miss? That does not make any sense at all. So let's run it the correct way again. Well, not the correct way, but that way. And maybe see where things go wrong. And again a near miss. So how is this construction wise now possible that this one is correct and this one isn't? Doesn't make much sense. Unless I pull it this way, but it always worked and now for some reason it doesn't. So this is rather strange, and this one hasn't moved either, because since this connection is rather hard to relocate. This one will work, but that should not be necessary at all. One thing that maybe the cause of it is that it has been transported, and to transport it the arm has to be disconnected from the pivot and then laid down. But that doesn't explain why this has changed, because after the first transportation there was no problem at all. So this is quite odd to say. Unless, and that is another thing, yeah, I think that's the point. The arm was moved, the whole base of the arm. So let's see how it is now. I think that was the problem. Let's see. Oops. Maximum speed the other way. Yeah, and that goes wrong a bit. So this part should be a bit lower. So this is with the Diagnostics, and by moving the base of the arm, now it's fine. But it's not software, this is just, well, Python based diagnostics. So another thing that I should check is this connection, because it had gone loose. So I'll run Python first a bit and then see if I can get basic to work. Before I run the Python in software like this, I first want to show you the wiring scheme that I have made in, once again, GSM, GNU schematics. These are the connections on the robo interface. Digital, analog, actually D1 and D2 can be both, but these are usually used for example, ultrasonic. This is analog and these are the digital switches input. So whenever I press a switch on I1, it's coming in here, and you can see that. Switch the little finger, goes to ground, but coming from I1. Actually vice versa, this is not connected, so you make a connection between I1 and ground and then you see it happen. And here are the motors, motor of the compressor, and the other motors are not here. I need to have the other page. The other motors are here. This is for the extension, switch vertical gearbox, and upper switch, lower switch from the robo interface here. This is M1 literally, but actually motor 5. Motor 6, motor 7. Arm pivot and wrist. So with this, everything is kind of clear. And I can run some software. Need here. See if things indeed want to run. I disconnected the Diagnosis. It's gray again. And that way I can see whether or not things indeed do work. And then I need to reposition something on the arm so that nothing is being touched. And then I hope things indeed work with the correct wiring. If not, I have to press Ctrl C. So far, it seems to work. Although left, 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 that is not what I want to see. And now something works. Yes, see, this is what I want to see. Digital 9 and digital 10 are the switches for the lower gearbox. So this means every wire is still correct, and I'll show on the once again on video. And then hopefully some basic. So this is the arm hopefully fully operating. That is the lower pivot that you see in work. Unfortunately the vertical gearbox has stopped working for now, but maybe I can add it again. And below you see the change of direction. And here something has gone wrong as well. But for some reason this doesn't entirely work. Now you see the arm move vertically. So now the vertical gearbox works, the wrist works, and that all in this case by means of Python. So how will this work in BASIC? Hopefully better. And unfortunately, once again, the wrist is not entirely functioning. Probably due to the motor being too freely bound to it. And one of the connectors is gone. Now it works again. Then let's see a finger. Fingers are not responsive yet, but I think this is enough proof that most of it is working. Although I see here a slight problem with the connection, but everything seems to work. That means time for hopefully some uploading some BASIC. For that I need 2 programs. See if that is actually going to work. Alright, for using basic, I need first to use interpreter, and I managed to find that one, but I also need to upload it to the interface, and by advice from someone from fischertechnik, or rather an expert, he advised me to use FT loader, fischertechnik loader, which then would give me program 1, program 2, program 3, an internal RAM and internal RAM. Well, random access memory, flash speaks for itself. However, no FT device is found. And that is German, so keine FT-Geräte gefunden. This is not promising. And it does work since I have run the FT Diagnostics, which is, by the way, not from fischertechnik. It's freeware. And my own program works, so the USB connection is excellent. Is here something wrong? Maybe I should start it again. So let me exit. And okay. Offline. USB. No, I guess not. Is there anything else? Well, if I look here, it says upload. What does upload do? It is okay, then I should actually copy this to the other side, which is local. Let's get rid of this one. Enlarge. So let's say and there was something called loader, I think. This is FT loader upload.exe. So what is this doing? Oh, the library is not there. Probably this one. So let's copy that one as well. And let's see again. That works, but error number of parameters. And this is just experimenting, nothing prepared yet. So if I say interpreter, does that do anything? Number of parameters. Probably I should give RAM or flash or something. But in order to know how, oh, that didn't work. I tried that. And without anything doesn't work either, so I will have to check this thoroughly. so far, not really a good start. Upload gives the best idea, but I have yet to find out how and what. It could be that if I use this one, which is a Linux version, that I could give a USB device or a target -T target flash 2, for example, but I don't know. I could try. So then I say, well, there's only one USB device connected. If I say -L, list robo interfaces. If it is the same number of parameters, unfortunately. -T. It is not the same program, so alright, I'll have to go here. I'll have to let it be for now. But it's not gonna end here. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Give it thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter, retweet and like. Follow me on Instagram and like. And please donate to keep videos coming your way. More information on my website, with lots of other information as well on my website, and this is going to be continued. So, bye bye.